Association, when he reviewed the studies of this P700, he recommended that, oh, Dr. Kim, you should develop this product as a weight control product rather than diabetes product. Jokingly, he said the market for weight control product is 10 times larger than a diabetes product. But we decided not to, because in order to compete in weight control market, you have to control with all those outrageous claims, something as 10 pounds in 1 week. L-leotin works very slowly.
And L-leotin is the other name for P700.
Sorry. The P700 in different countries is being called differently.
Right. What's behind the name P700, incidentally?
They repeated and constantly modified the formula through 700 or more experiments.
Okay, so that makes sense with the name, right?
So in China, P700 is called Happy Pancreas.
Pancreas.
Yeah, Happy Pancreas. And then
to the point, Happy Pancreas.
Yeah. And then in Korea, it's called Formula M.
Different names, different type of marketing, I would guess.
They say M stands for mysterious formula. But in North America, some people call L-leotin.
Right,
yeah.
Right, and that's the name I've heard. And so, Dr. Kim, you're talking about people taking this formula when they're not diabetic. You're talking about taking it generally. What about children? Is it safe for children to take?
Correct. That's the point I'd really like to emphasize. As far as I know, P700 is the only product which is safe for children. We tested this P700 with 50 times of the dosage. It's still safe. So, and then, as I kept on saying, these are classified as food in Southeast Asian countries.
Are the regulations more stringent for food than for drugs?
That's correct. That's correct. And then, therefore, safety is proven there. So, from the viewpoint of parent, any treatment for diabetes of their children, safety should be the first concern.
Right,
and
absolutely.
then, and then that's the point I'd really like to emphasize here, safety.
Sure. Yeah, so Dr. Kim, are you talking about a medical discovery here? Because it sure sounds like that.
It depends on what the medical discovery is. Medical discovery as opposed to dietary discovery, medical discovery as opposed to lifestyle discovery. I just don't know what to call, but I'm just telling you, here's the product. 50,000 people used it. They got tremendously happier. And then scientists tested this.
Right.
So I just don't know what to call. But
so whatever you call it, it's having an impact.
Impact, yes, that's correct.
And so I grabbed some of these bottles here. I mean, they look a lot like prescription drugs. I'm curious about the 3 different formulas. Can you tell us a little bit about why it comes in 3 different formulas like this?
Yes. This formula is a morning formula. Morning formula helps the body to regulate the speed of the breakdown of carbohydrate. Therefore, usually diabetic patients experience a sudden peak of blood glucose levels immediately after their meals.
Right.
But with a morning formula, that peak is flat.
Smooth it all out.
So morning formula has that function.
Right.
And this afternoon formula, basically cleanses. So afternoon formula cleanses the old insulin receptors.
Right.
Insulin receptor is what regulates how efficiently body uses this insulin, right?
So it's making it all more efficient.
Young. Yeah.
We all want to hear about that. We all want to hear it's going to make us young.
Yeah. So old senile insulin receptors are washed out, cleansed out of the body, and then in those places, young, stronger, functioning insulin receptors come out.
Right.
So, and then a night formula basically provides necessary nutrients for pancreas, and then with this supply of good nutrients to pancreas, beta cells rejuvenates.
Right. So you're creating a happy pancreas.
That's correct.
So I'm curious about what the results of these. You've talked briefly about that, but how long do these results actually stick?
You mean the once people become normal?
Once people have been using these products, I think you said there was about a 4 to 6 month ramp-up time.
At least.
At
Because
least.
yeah, I'd like to emphasize that point.
Please do.
This is different from traditional pharmaceutical drugs. Traditional pharmaceutical drugs works like this.
Right, instantaneously.
Instantly. Herbal treatment, no. It takes months. So people should be really patient.
So this is not instant miraculous. You're going to see change overnight.
We are not talking about anything miraculous here.
Right.
We are talking about sensible, commonsensical approach. So if you use 4 to 6 months, of course individual results vary. If you use 6 months, for example, for those new patients, 70% of new patients become normal, and then they stay normal.
70%.
70.
That's extremely high.
We are happy about that.
I'll say you're happy about that. That's amazing. And so, again, how long are these results going to last? So you've taken your 4 to 6 months. These are now impacting you.
Once a person becomes normal, as long as that person maintains a healthy lifestyle, it stays there forever.
So when you're talking about healthy lifestyle, are you talking about what's really achievable, or are you talking about something we have to go really above and beyond for?
Commonsensical, healthy lifestyle.
So something we're all capable of.
All capable of.
You remain, as you say, normal.
That's correct.
That's incredible.
We are very happy. We are very happy about the results.
I should say. And I'm curious, too, you talked earlier about chronic fatigue, which so many people complain about these days. It's really, really common. You talked about a dramatic increase. We're going to notice a dramatic increase when we use this product.
Yes, and then do you remember we just talked about unrealistic difficulty of diabetic patients maintaining healthy exercise
Right,
diet?
yes.
So with this a lot higher level of energy, now they can do exercise.
Now they can actually have a shot at this healthy lifestyle.
And then because of this upregulated insulin receptor, their unnatural appetite is subdued.
Right.
Now
so
they
all
have a
these
chance.
things working together.
Now they have a chance. So before, without some products like L-leotin, requiring them of diet and exercise, just unrealistically burdensome requirements. But with L-leotin, it is possible.
Right. Okay. So last question. Side effects?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing. So so far we have not heard of any side effects.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Kim. We're going to take a short break.
I heard about L-leotin from somebody in Connecticut when I was there in 1999.
Okay.
And they told me about yourself.
Okay.
And I was very interested in this product, which could reverse, apparently, diabetes. I didn't believe it, of course, but I thought I'd come across on the way back to Australia. And
I see.
As you remember, I came to see you from Los Angeles.
Yeah, it just sounds like yesterday, but it's already 4 years ago.
So 4 years, been busy 4 years, and in that 4 years we've used the L-leotin in Australia. And
did you yourself use it?
I've used it myself and my wife because we find that it helps us generally in our health, and even though we keep ourselves very fit, it's improved that even an edge too, which is quite remarkable.
Oh, I see.
L-leotin has a remarkable ability to level out the blood glucose levels without any severe drops.
Okay.
And that is very nice.
Okay.
And it also has a remarkable ability to do it so quickly too. I can comparatively quickly, yet with a slow drop, maintaining a slow drop. And also it has the ability to reverse diabetes entirely, which is really unheard of, you know, and quite remarkable.
Yeah, I'm John Coman, father of young Ben Coman, and I'm here to talk with Michael today about the L-leotin.
Yeah, so how long, what happened to Ben? It was 6 weeks, I think, after he had a car accident when he was 3.
That's right, that he developed type 1 diabetes.
Yeah, and how many shots did he have to control him at that time?
When he went into hospital, he was having, you know, about 3 to 4 shots a day trying to control it.
Yes.
Of insulin.
Plus or including the AccuRapid shots for quick control.
Yes.
And how did you hear about L-leotin in the first place, John?
A friend of ours, Greg Buchanan, who was Ben's football coach at the time, introduced us to the L-leotin product with a Q10 product. and once we tried the L-iotin, we sort of got dramatic results.
Yeah. So John didn't have to have so many, Ben didn't have to have so many nasty bricks during the day.
Yeah. For the first day, it had a dramatic effect on the fast-acting insulin that we used to have to introduce him to, and then over that week, the slow-acting insulin that we used to have to inject into became less required as well, and it got to the stage where for a good couple of months we didn't have to inject him with insulin at all, just from being on the L-iotin.
That's so good.
Yeah. He has the fast-acting and the slow-acting insulin combined in the one needle in the mornings, and then also combined again before dinner. So he's only having 2 shots a day.
Okay. And you haven't been on L-iotin for about a year.
Yeah, that'd be right.
So we're going to start again this week.
Yep.
已經用過動物同人體嘅試驗，已經證明到喺美國、加拿大、中國、韓國發售。L糖經過人類嘅研究，有10個唔同嘅病患者，佢哋都有已經10年嘅以上嘅糖尿，血糖已經達到380度。經過6個月嘅時間，用 L 糖可以好清楚顯示幫到佢哋，可以降到安全嘅水平。從實驗證明 ，L 糖使用嘅已經係冇令到佢冇產生副作用。L 糖可以絕對幫到佢哋。
Welcome back. You're watching a special edition of The Truth About Diabetes. And my guest today is Dr. Kim, PhD from MIT. Thanks again for being with us, Dr. Kim. Dr. Kim, is P700 the only natural remedy in the fight against diabetes that you would recommend?
For today's show, I'm glad to introduce 2 more. The 6-flavor tea, which is a traditional Chinese
6-flavor tea.
Yeah. In Chinese, I can pronounce 六味地黄丸.
Okay, I'm going to leave that up to you. Okay, 6-taste tea.
Yeah.
Great.
And then another tongue twister. This is from India. Pterocarpus marsupium.
Okay, I'll work on that one as well. So you've mentioned 2 different remedies.
That's correct.
Let's start with the 6.
You can also call it Indian Kino.
Indian Kino.
That's better.
Okay, let's work with that one.
Yeah.
So let's start with the 6-taste tea
that
you talked about. Can you tell us a little bit? You said it's a traditional Chinese formulation.
It has been used in Asia for many thousand years.
It's very old.
Very old. And then it has been recognized as a very effective diabetes treatment by many governments in Asia. It is recorded in most pharmacopoeia of the oldest Asian countries.
And pharmacopoeia is
what? An official recipe for drug making. So if you follow the procedures and ingredients of this pharmacopoeia, basically they give the approval almost automatically. So it's like an official cookbook.
Right, okay, so the cookbook of herbal remedies. So, Dr. Kim, for the viewers watching, how do we make 6-taste tea?
6 basically is composed of 6 herbs. 6 taste.
6 taste, 6 herbs. That's logical.
That's correct. And then they are very cheap. It is very common herbs.
Very available, very inexpensive.
Yeah.
Where would I go to a Chinese herbal
So if
store?
you take the list from the internet site we are showing here.
Right, so stay tuned. We'll be showing that website and you can get the specific information.
Yeah, very common. Even without taking the list of herbs, if you go to a Chinese herb store and say, can I get the herbs for 6-flavored tea, they know.
So you get the herbs, you go home, what do you do with them?
Basically, you ground it in a home blender.
Or like a coffee grinder, possibly?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
And then 10 grams of these herbs each time.
So 10 grams would be like what, a heaping teaspoon?
A bit larger teaspoon.
Okay.
And then
so almost a tablespoon.
Yeah, and then you put it in almost boiling hot water.
Okay.
10 minutes. Here we go.
So steep it for 10 minutes and then it's ready to drink.
During the break I made one, please, would you just...
Okay, you've got a sample for me. So this is the 6-taste tea that I'm going to taste here. Wow, it tastes like a really fresh herbal tea.
It is a fresh herbal tea.
I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, and then if you have if you take that tea over a long period of time, you get great result.
So there's some long-standing
Every
results here.
herbal treatments are basically a long-term treatment.
And now I noticed there's a lot of sediment in the tea. Am I supposed to eat that?
Some people find the taste very awful, but you get accustomed to it. But if you don't take the sediment, you can rebrew it. At least.
So once you've consumed the tea, you reuse the sediment again in the next batch?
Yeah, and then you can rebrew it 2 to 3 times.
So this is becoming very economical because you've already said the herbs are extremely inexpensive.
So 1 month supply, you can get $10, and most $20.
Okay, so 1 month supply of a natural diabetes remedy, $20.
$20.
Can't beat that.
And then I'm excited about this formula, not because of its cheap price, but because of its safety.
So say more about that.
Compared with pharmaceutical drugs, this is way safer. It doesn't have any side effects.
Hold on a second here, because this is incredible. What you're saying, that this natural remedy, this formulation you can make yourself for $20 a month is safer than a pharmaceutical prescription
That's what
you're
I'm
getting
saying.
from your doctor.
A lot safer. They don't have this herbal treatment have no side effects.
So no side
effects. And then this formula is known to have no resistance developed. So
you don't have to increase the dosage.
No.
So okay, let's talk turkey here. What about scientific evidence?
There's an irony here, because this formula has been known so well. People don't see too much need to prove it again scientifically.
So no economic
benefit
reasons,
is
what I'm hearing.
So patent is impossible because everybody already knows it.
Right.
So because this is not patentable, nobody wants to invest. So because this is too well known, ironically, there's a bit little science about this product.
Right.
But compared with this 6-flavor tea, P700 is very well studied.
Right.
Very
That's
well
what I was going to ask. How does this 6-taste tea compare with P700?
In terms of the quality and quantity of scientific research, P700 is way above this 6-flavor tea. And then, especially the long-term effect of P700 on diabetes is well established, while the studies on the long-term effect of this 6-flavor tea is still some way to go before very well established.
Sounds like there's just not a lot of money there to support
doing
further studies.
Yeah, so that's the fate many herbal treatment face actually. It is not patentable, so nobody wants to put money
But you
there.
have confidence in this 6-taste tea.
I strongly recommend.
Right.
And then the safe and cheap, no side effects.
Safe and cheap and no side effects.
Yeah,
that's what
so
we want to hear.
Therefore, before these pharmaceutical drugs, I say people should try this.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about the other remedy you mentioned briefly. I believe
Indian treatment.
Indian treatment, Pterocarpus
marsupium. You are doing very well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this is an Indian treatment, and you used a word on the break, Ayurvedic.
Ayurvedic. Ayur means in ancient Indian language called life. Vedic means from Veda, which is a way. So it's a way of life.
Way of life.
Yeah. So it's a word that describes traditional Indian medicine science.
Right. And so how does this, can I call it PMT?
Yeah, Indian Kino.
Indian Kino. So
Yeah.
how does this differ from the 6-taste tea in terms of its applicability to, you mentioned type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes?
Yeah, there is actually a very particular reason why I'm quite excited about this Indian Kino, PMT.
Right.
I believe some of their claims about its effect on type 1 diabetes are convincing.
Right. So we've been focusing a lot of the show on the type
2 diabetes. Yeah,
diabetes.
because P700 is mainly for type 2 diabetes.
Right. Okay.
But even though
so the impact on type 1.
Yeah. Even though we say P700 is for type 2 diabetes, some desperate type 1 diabetes patients actually use P700 diabetes.
And?
So far, no person has been cured of type 1 diabetes.
Nobody has become, as you say, normal.
Yeah. So